got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wikiana. Miss Wikiana.
We are so happy to see that Lorianne's back. She's really a positive force in this whole situation. She makes us want to work harder, but she makes it such a fun process, and we're happy to see her.
All right, so show us what you got.
Keep walking, keep talking, you ain't got nothing on me. Keep smiling, you know that you can't do what I do. Keep staring, comparing, thinking of what it would be like to be in my shoes, but you can't do what I do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Waking up in the morning, sure got never that's fun. If baby sliding and getting sexy on the dance floor. Jeans on, inside, do it right. Well, it's my hips swinging from side to side. Move your body, shake your body, get naughty, naughty. Move your body, shake your body, get naughty, naughty. Going to the club, let's go. Boy, should I like, you know, shaking that thing like, uh-oh. Let's go, let's go.
Keep rotating.
Bunny, Kristen, Lachey. Watch your face, Bunny. I'm saying, like, she cannot dance.
No.
You guys gotta go full out.
Keep going, keep rotating.
You high rock?
Can't dance, you have to go home. I'ma slice and dice them asses.
Well, Lachey, thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you very much.
You can't dance.
Bethany, stay on the floor.
Stay on the floor.
Andrea, Malika, Myla. More expression.
Anthony, thank you. God bless you.
You're not even giving me no facial expressions.
Let's go. Keep it going. Back to one, girl.
Back to one.
My heart just starts dropping like, oh my God, he's not cutting one person. He's not cutting two people. He's cutting a lot of us.
1 and 2. Watch your face, Bunny.
Thank you, Bunny. Thank you very much. God bless you. All right, can I have everybody up here, please? One of the things that you're going to get from me is tough love. One of the things I do not understand is how you have people that want to be in the music industry and y'all don't know how to dance. I don't understand that. And especially for some of the sisters and especially some of my Latinas, it's like almost a disgrace to your people.
Although I know the steps, I just know that I don't look good doing them.
I felt a weight from my chest. You know just how I feel. I did it for too long.
Watch your arm a little bit. You gotta stretch it out a little more. Yes, so that it feels good. Here we go. 5, 6, let's rock. Boom, boom, cat. Hot, get gully. Let it breathe. Sit. Woo, cat. Boom, ba-doo, cat. Malika, did you take any classes while you were away?
Yes. It's boring if you don't do that. Don't come out the gate with a smile.
I think that's dangerous.
Can I get another chance to hold you till I'm on, baby? When things feel so right, hold you with all of my mind, just to let you slip away.
Malika! I don't know what's going on with you. You gotta get the sequence. No time to play. There's a batch full of new kittens ready to lick that milk. Coming down, stay with them back. Dominique, can you make sure you stay in your lane? Back line, come through on this. Dominique, please, Lord have mercy. Skaka-goom, pop! Dominique, let's get down in that pot. I want to see boom, cack-a-lip, ba, ba, ba. Okay? Here we go with music from the top. No, Dominique. Boom, a boom, boom, cack, and lip. What to say? Thank the good Lord you can sing.
Group number one, the strong will survive, the weak shall perish. Let's go. You have to pick one. Which one? Okay. Let me get group two. I'm telling you right there, the sleeper right there to the left, don't miss a step. The sleeper don't miss a step right there. Let me get group three. Stop the music. Kelly, you still can't dance, but you sure trying. Group number 4, show me what you got. Andres, let me give you some advice. You better start dancing. Let's go, let's work! Who messed up on that handkerchief right there?
Down, who we told her not, she's throwing it.
Okay, cool. Next, that's all I needed to know.
Okay.
Let's go. Next group. We're gonna go with Shannon and Cowie. Okay.
They can stay up all night.
Okay. Cut the music. What in the hell is going on? White girls can dance now and got asses? What in the hell is going on?
I don't know about you heard
White
that,
girls
black
can
girls,
dance now
sisters.
and got asses. Let's go to the next group. Melissa, get in there. Take their spot, Melissa. Take their spot.
Let's rock, push, drop, left, right. Look for you girls, okay? Look right back.
So you walked over to me. Breathing in my ear.
Let's go back. Too much. Breathe in my ear. You're on top of the vocal, Taquita. I'm not giving you this. Breathe in my ear. It's just like the way it's sung. No, too much neck, honey.
She has everything. She has everything. She has everything. She has everything. Hit it. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, she
number 2. Give it up if you will for Chain 6.
You're touching my body. You must want me to get started. Boy, I can't take it. It's so crazy how you're making me feel.
Wait a minute, hold up. I need to know something. Where my ladies at?
Hey, hey,
ladies. All right,
stand up, ladies.
Play the track.
Would you like that? Staring at me all night while I'm out on love. It was clear what you wanted, so you pushed up on it. I was grinding with the DJ with my hands on love. I guess you couldn't take it. You got tired of waiting, so you walked over to me. Breathing in my ear, talking about could be. Say you can do this and that. You start working me like a champ, and I'm like, oh, you're touching my body. When you show me to get started, boy, I can't take it. It's so crazy how you make me feel. I'm sweating, dancing out of my clothes. I was headed for the door, but you made it, so I had to know just what you was working with. Put it up, down, get it. I'm the one that handle it.
The way you working me out on the floor.
Oh, you're touching my body. You want me to get started. Boy, I can't take it. It's so crazy how you make me. Let me hear you, PA. Boy, I can't take it. It's so crazy how you're making me feel. I was ready to go, but you made it so I had to. I was grinding with the DJ with my hand on the phone. I guess you couldn't take it. You got tired of waiting. It's so crazy how you're making me feel. Would you like that?
Okay, you go back out. Give me Kelly.
Staring at me on up while I'm out on the floor. It was clear what you wanted, so you pushed up on it.
Cut it. Juanita and Shannon, y'all stay in. Everybody else go out.
As the evening goes on, Diddy is rotating us in and out of this 5-member group.
He starts mixing and matching people like a deck of cards.
You're touching my body.
He's trying to picture the group and he's trying to see what looks good together.
Staring at me all night while I'm out on the floor. You said you couldn't take it. You got tired of waiting, but you made it, so I had to know just what you was working with. Put it out there, so we can get it. Staring at me all night while I'm out on the floor.
This is petrifying and scary and anxious and all of these crazy emotions all at one time. It's been a year of basically not knowing if he liked you or you were good enough or anything.
All of y'all can leave.
La 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 la, my skin is getting wet, my clothes is coming off. Ooh, la 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 la, too many on the floor, the club is getting hot. He wants to step, but I'm not impressed. But I took his hand and I led him to the dance floor. Now we're moving, we're really moving. I'm feeling him and it's kind of confusing. I didn't know the boy could dance. There's no way for me to be but next to you. Yeah. But we can't even talk. What am I to do? Ooh, la 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 la. My skin is getting wet. My clothes is coming off. Come on and hold me close.
Next group.
I'm going to announce to you the 5 young ladies that's going to run with me, rock with me all over the world. Are you ready? Ladies, come meet me on the stage.
This is what the first week is gonna be like. We're gonna start the girls off with Scott Storch.
50 Cent, Dr. Dre. Come on now.
Hello. What up? Full out. It's out in the open.
Hi, Andre.
Scott, pleasure to meet you.
So hot. I love it.
Scott Storch is like the man. He made the hit Run It by Chris Brown. He made everybody lean back for like a year and a half with Fat Joe's record. I thought my back was gonna break because we just kept leaning back. Ow.
Pooh Bear.
Hey, how you doing, Pooh Bear? Pooh Bear! Pooh Bear is a vocal producer for Scott Storch and also a writer. He wrote Caught Up by Usher, which is like my all-time favorite record. And we have the privilege to be able to work with him.
We made a little joint for you guys last night. Puff said to keep it a little hard, but have a nice melody on it. And so we came up with this joint. It's on some like down south type of shit.
That's dope.
Y'all messing with it? Okay, that's what's up.
We are not worthy of the hotness that is coming off of these speakers, and I can't believe this is going to be our record.
The whole journey and the whole process we've been on, this is what it's about. It's about getting in that studio and make that record.
Hold me down. I gotta give it y'all, because this can be something big for y'all, for real.
Rodney Jerkins, he's very chill. He is like the ice in the glass that melts slowly.
Let's see, like, who's gonna do what. Let me get a lyric sheet, Jeff.
So deep that I ain't worried, thinking maybe you out there running the streets. So you're playing with me so perfectly. I swear you got me convinced you were made for me.
Sing it.
Anytime, any place, I know you're down. You're a type I can trust to be around. The way you hear me and feel me got me loving you that much more. Really, I don't wanna see myself with anyone else, 'cause it's the way I felt. Got me so caught up, I'm stuck on you. So real, I know I got the truth. Oh, everything I've been missing. Oh, with you there's no second guessing. Oh, you and me is a blessing that I can't and just won't let go of.
Group question. If y'all had to pick one leader to lead this song, who would it be?
I like to say Dre.
Who do you say?
I'm Dre, Andrea. Dre or Diddy?
Dre or D?
Yeah.
I would say Drea and then me.
It's a little half.
It's in your register.
Yeah.
All right, so Drea, that's what we're gonna go with. So I don't know, you might want to just hit the booth right now.
You tell me there's nothing better than me, so you drop me like I'm top pick of the league. Then you gave me what I need, so fly it was like you planted the seed.
You're gonna be all right. Sound good.
Everything I could ever need, you want my heart with me. I ain't gonna let another come between. I'ma hold you down the same way you hold me.
Come on, get up there, give me that energy. This is the bridge.
Okay.
You gotta push though.
Ain't gonna let another come between. I'ma hold you down the same way you hold me.
Gotta make it a lot warmer. You're shining real thin on it. Take a nice breath right before you get to it. Same way you hold me.
Okay. Andrea looks like she's trying very hard, and I love that she's trying.
Ain't gonna let another come between. I'ma hold you down the same way you hold me.
I know you ain't getting ready to let them change the note on you.
I'm gonna get it, I swear.
Squeeze your booty cheeks real tight.
Squeeze it.
Here we go.
She never wants to be told that she can't do something. She's always constantly fighting because she loves to sing and she loves to perform.
Ain't gonna let another come between. I'ma hold you down the same way you hold me. We make love the way our bodies touch. I just can't get enough. It's too soon when it's over. I can't stop my knees, stop them from shaking. What he does to me, He knows just what I need.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. Work, Don. Work.
Together some young girls that were chasing a dream to be stars, and I found them. New York, please help me in welcoming your newest international superstar female sensation, Danity, Kane!
You're all in my ear. You wanna get me alone, but you ain't saying nothing new to me. Are you sure that you can handle me? So with a foot in my boot, turn it up and move. Boy, can't get with this attitude. Before I bring it to you, make believe. All I need is one shot. You ain't never ever seen a girl like me. I'm gonna take you my way and see what I'm about. I got a lot of tricks, so let me start out.
The song is about a female who's a good girl, but when the lights go down, her dark side comes out.
You ain't never ever seen a girl like me.
It's got so much energy, and we actually had a chance to just live on the track. It's fun.
Baby, won't you please turn the lights on? You ain't never ever seen a girl like me. So won't you come in and turn the lights out? I don't know what you wanna do, but I want
Do it again. Wait, hold up. Stop. Hold up.
I got a breath.
The bottom, like the nail harvest the bottom.
Is that what time?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Just call it real quick. I just want to see the reference. Oh, yeah. Anything else you want? Yeah. Hey, you know what? There is something in there. Yeah. You should. Yeah.
He's really good, but like...
Real crescendo. Do it again? That's hot. That's actually hot. Yeah, there is one. No, that would be the oh, the other response. Huh? Go ahead. Oh. Yeah, that's a different note. That is a different note. I thought it was a full octave, but it's not hitting the full octave on the reference.
It actually makes it stronger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it sounds great. That's cool. I don't think there's a girl that could do that. Anyway, yeah, that's probably why that was sent.
Oh, okay.
Sounded great though. Sounded great.
Oh, that's what's up. Cool. Y'all all producing it?
Yeah.
Dope. What's your name?
The Stereotype.
Stereotype. Where you from?
LA.
Oh, LA? Oh, okay. Dope.
Because like how right now you can make a wonderful.
Yeah. One time go.
You can make a wonderful.
Yeah, hold on, a little longer. Here we go.
You can make a wonderful.
Here we go. Perfect. One time.
You can make a wonderful.
Damaged. I thought that I should let you know that my heart is damaged, so damaged. And you can blame the wonderful. So how you gonna fix it? Baby, I got how you gonna fix it? What are you gonna how you gonna fix it? Baby, I got how you gonna fix it? What are you gonna do?
Yeah! You can hear that as my new voicemail greeting whenever you want. Okay.
When the red light comes on, I
in my eyes covered in Maybelline, looking like something fresh out of magazine. I can be part of your deepest fantasies. You're the detective, come solve my mystery. Look in my eyes covered in Maybelline, looking like something fresh out of magazine. I can be part of your deepest fantasies. You're the detective, come solve my mystery.
Once upon a time, there were 5 little girls. They go by the name Diddy and Kane. Welcome to the dollhouse.
Talk to 'em.
The ride shiny with the open.
Don't stop.
Hydraulics make our heads go wild.
Yeah.
Blowing in the breeze, yo, we superstar.
You're a superstar.
Put in the keys, make that engine.
Come on.
3 in the back, 1 in the passenger.
Don't stop.
Slow creeping cause we look that fly. All the boys tryna taste our candy ride.
Let's rock.
We in the car, we ride slow. We doing things that the girls don't do.
Come on.
The boys stare,
We stand.
smile back. All my girls in the rainbow Cadillacs. Yeah.
Having a blast. We're happy to be here with the Rihanna's party, and we're planning on getting a little tipsy.
Exactly. Tell us about that. So who are your favorites tonight at the Billboard Awards?
We definitely loved us, but we definitely had to say Mary J. Blige did an excellent job, and Gwen, fabulous style, and Fergie. So we just were happy to be there.
Please welcome Danity Kane.
Do you got a first aid kit handy? Do you know how to patch up a wound? Tell me, are you patient, understanding? 'Cause I might need some time, clear the whole of my heart and now. Every remedy and nothing seems to work. Hey, baby, this situation's driving me crazy, and I really wanna be your lady, but the one before you left me so damaged. I thought that I should let you know that my heart is damaged, so damaged, and you can blame the one before. So how you gonna fix it, baby? I got you to know. What are you gonna do, baby? Baby, I got you to know. What are you gonna do? Do you got a first aid kit? Do you know how to patch up a wound? Tell me, are you patient, understanding? 'Cause I might need some time, clear the whole thing. Now you try to
You want to show all your skin. You want to be naked. But the whole concept of Danity Kane was like, when it comes together, it's one.
Puff's going hard on the group, and then all of a sudden he singles me out and starts going on and on about how unhappy he is with me. And I just feel like nothing that I do, he's ever happy with.
Can I ask a question? What do you want to look like, though? Do you want to look like a playboy, playmate? Do you want to look like you?
Puff, I'm done with all of that.
No.
Like,
what do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you.
What do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you. I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on what this group should look like and how I should fit in this situation.
You like big hair, though.
I don't like big hair.
You do like big hair. You like big hair.
Puff,
You like a lot of makeup and all that.
Actually, I don't. I don't like big hair. I don't like certain makeup. I'm very flexible with what you want to do, and I've worked with everything that you've thrown
I'm not
at
seeing the flexibility. You gaming me.
Your hair people came in today and they said this is how it needs to be.
You know what I'm talking about. You're pushing your own image, though.
I'm not worried about whether my hair is straight, curly, whatever. I'm not here in a group to have curly, straight, big, makeup, whatever. I'm here in a group to sing with my group, and that is all I care about. For real. Like, maybe you just don't get me, and we don't get each other.
You're gaming me, because if I pulled in all of the makeup artists and all of the hair people, they would not say that.
With the wardrobe, did I not try and cover up all the problem areas that I've been seeing were not cute?
Yes, we had that conversation yesterday.
How are you gonna get crazy with me? I work well with these people.
But it's not necessarily just the stomach area.
No, I'm talking about all of it. I mean, I was cool with whatever change he wanted to make today, and I did it.
Yes, you were today, but Aubrey, you have to admit that sometimes when you want to do something, you want to do it.
Well, yeah, I see what the problems are on TV, Puff. When people are looking crazy, or this is looking crazy, that's looking crazy. You even told me, review the things you do and pay attention to what the problem is. So I see what I do, and I see, ooh, that was not a good look. Let me fix that. I read the things that people say. You're the one that told me to do that. I do that, and I make an honest assessment with myself.
I don't want you to look like Pamela Anderson. I don't want to sign Pamela.
Well, I want to look like Aubrey.
That's in the direction. Well, you don't look like her. You don't look like that girl that I signed.
You know who Aubrey is. Puff, it's 3 years later.
It's 3 years later, and you're going in the wrong direction.
Okay, well,
you're going in the wrong direction. You need to stop the truck, pull over. I'm not changing nothing.
Okay, well, you wanted the weed out, the weeds out.
I just want you to look good.
If you're not happy, you hate me, then why you have me here?
I don't have to have you here. That's one thing that we can make clear. That's one thing we can make clear.
But
I don't have to have you here. I'm trying.
Why do you have me here? Because every time it's just such a problem.
I have you here because I feel you talented. But don't get it twisted. I'm starting to think about why do I have you here.
I'm not getting
okay, so you clear on that though. Check this out. You clear on that. You understand now. I'm asking myself why do I have you here. So I'll move on to something else. No, and I'll give you the answer soon. We're coming to a crossroads right now in the reality of our relationship. And it's really just time for some real talk. We got to figure out what the future of the group is. Because for me, the reality of the situation has changed with the vision. Andrea, a couple of months ago, I got an email that you were thinking about leaving the group.
There's a lot of, like, internal things.
Okay, what's the internal things?
I just want to be in a group. Like, that's it. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to be, you know, an actress. I don't have those other things. Like, this was my dream. So if everyone's not wanting to do that, then why, you know, kind of stay in it?
Aubrey, there was a time you sent me an email, too.
I've had it with feeling unhappy.
So what is it?
It is a trust issue.
Okay.
You cannot have 5 women getting on stage every night, moving forward with a career when there is a lack of trust within each other. We have outside ears coming in all the time. Puff saying this at MTV, that he wants to make y'all the dream girls and then move forward with Dawn with her on this and that.
I'm not doing anything negative or foul.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, you have to deal with the reality of where you're at.
So just
I'm the chairman of Bad Boy. I don't have to call Aubrey.
No, I don't want you to call me. I just want to communicate between Danity Kane and our label.
I don't have to communicate it to you. You can leave. Right now, it's clear that there is a clique in this group.
I don't know what the clique is.
You know the clique. You call yourselves Ebony and Ivory, right? Y'all
Can I address that?
As far as the cliques, I don't have anything personally against anyone around this table. I think that we just need to refocus. You know, it's hard, but I know the promise and the potential.
You and Aubrey don't really get along, right?
I wouldn't say that's not, like, an issue.
I don't even see y'all two ever speak. I've never seen a group of 5 people where 2 people avoid each other.
Yeah, we do talk. I mean, there's moments where we don't talk and we just, it kind of, it's like, it's like
this. About today. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
There's no internal issue that I have with anyone here that is making it that I don't want to be in this group.
somebody gonna tell the truth up in this bitch.
We don't trust each other, therefore the business is not working. Sometimes we make it to a show as 5, sometimes we make it as 4. Sometimes we have days where we talk to each other, some days we don't talk to each other for weeks.
Who's the 5th person that won't be there?
D didn't make that meeting.
Right.
But then we had a show with us 4, and Aubrey didn't come because she had to do her obligation as Broadway. When we have a show coming up and maybe D has an obligation or maybe Drea has an obligation, when Drea said she wanted to quit, it was gonna be us 4 and playing an audition. To me, that up your business, that up the name, that up the brand.
And then y'all don't like each other.
And then we don't like each other. We talk to each other, but this is the reality of Danity Kane. That's it right there.
So now let's get to me. The vision that I had for the group, this ain't the vision that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I don't work these amount of years to have you talk to me this way.
I'm not meaning
So I
to
don't want you in the group
disrespect
no more. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
All right, because I don't want to even have to have this conversation. And anybody else that want to go with her could go with her. That's the way I feel, and this is the point of where it's coming down to. That's where it's at. Because I'm telling you right this, I don't like her energy. I don't like her style and direction, where she's going with it. I don't like what she does to the brand when she's wilding out there, being overly raunchy, promiscuous. So there's nothing else to talk about. Would you like to go with her?
Just asking,
Would you like to go with it? Would you like to think about it? I'm gonna give you some time to think about it, because she's not gonna be in Danity Kane.
I don't know if it's Danity Kane without the 5 of us.
Okay.
Like you did a great job picking each individual person, being so unique.
You have to make that decision. You seem like at the end of the day, you're not really happy in the situation. Based on a lot of things that I've heard, you're not really a happy camper in this situation.
No, I don't think anyone has been happy for a long time in this situation.
Okay, so you could go too.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
I respect your decision.
So do I.
Okay.
And I just want you to know it's been a pleasure working under you. I've respected you for all my, growing up, and I'm really sad that it came to that decision, and I hope that we can find another way to work together.
You're saying that you're not happy in the group.
I'm saying that the way that the group has been, maybe even including you, have been happy with Danity Kane for a long time.
This? Let me back up. Let me not let you catch none of her energy. You know what I'm saying? Let me not let you catch her reality. She not gonna be in this group. And you have a chance right now. You want to get out of the group. You have a chance right now to leave with her. You here, right? Yeah, because she was part of the problem of the group for you.
No,
Yes,
that's not.
was.
I really just, for me, I don't think that there's
right.
there's not a group without the 5 of us.
Okay. I'm gonna let y'all think about that, though. There will be a Danity Kane, though.
It's right here.
It ain't there no more. This ain't the vision that I had for it.
God put this group together, and it's God's will that will decide what's really gonna happen, whether He speaks through you or
Don't bring
speaks
God in
through
this,
us.
because if y'all bring God in this with y'all petty, y'all disrespecting God.
I love all of you guys. I can do. I just want to say I'm proud of you, Dawn, and I'm so happy that he believed in you enough to move on with you.
See, this is the situation I'm in. I'm just in a, I'm in a up position because
I don't think it's the whole group. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to divide and conquer y'all. Putting y'all in a position where, you know, if y'all don't want to stay in the group without it, then y'all could go. But I don't know really what else to say. Because I don't have a problem with y'all. I don't have a problem with nobody, really. You know what I'm saying? I need to know how, this is an uncomfortable position for all of us. How do y'all want me to handle this? As far as, like, going forward.
Honestly, like, for real, like I can't, we can't go back to nothing, bro. It's not like I don't have anything. Like I know that we don't have it. Like I don't have, this is it. This is a dream. This is it. So like, it's not like we don't want to continue. It's just like we never saw it without. So that's what it's not even about that question.
I got you.
You know what I mean? I think it's just we don't.
And that's why people should appreciate each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all should appreciate it, because the way y'all feeling now and the tears and all of that right now, it ain't the way that y'all be feeling on a daily basis. Sometimes y'all be wishing who wasn't in the group with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So everybody gotta watch what they wish for. You know? I really think it's really unfair to you, Shannon. You've been a pleasure to work with, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you say you do behind my back or whatever it is, but at the end of the day, you've been a pleasure to work with. Dawn, you've been a pleasure to work with, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you in the problem child category. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I gotta keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the problems that's going on in the group is between 3 people, and that's looking from the outside in. So that's why I've asked everybody, tell me what's going on, so we can try to work through this together. I could help y'all or something, because I'm already locked into it. I don't want this to be a failure on my record, that I had to drop a group off the label and let them sign on another label after they put out 2 #1 albums. It don't make sense. So you gotta know it's not about the money for me. I'm not trying to do nothing to hurt y'all or hurt her, hurt anybody personally. I tried to sit down and talk to y'all about it, tried to get to the bottom of it, and then it became clear what y'all are dealing with. And I'm not gonna deal with that, though. I wanna give y'all a chance to go back, pray on it, breathe on it. I'm not walking away from y'all. I want y'all to be nervous like that. I am evaluating the state of where I want to go to with this. I got to make a business decision. So I need to know, I got to evaluate what's going on. But y'all have to give me that information. Y'all are holding the cards right now. Y'all have to give me the information to evaluate and pass the cards back to me.
Wow. Okay, let me ask you, Andrea, were you watching that back
Yes,
again?
I was.
I mean, were you shocked when this all went down?
Yeah, very shocked. I don't think we all even saw this coming.
Mm-hmm. You're still kind of shocked, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, in case you didn't think this is real, this is very real, ladies and gentlemen. This their lives, you know. Don, you said that you can't be a group if you don't trust each other. Why? What made you say that?
I think it's just in any marriage, and I think most importantly with us, we are a business. This is our lives, and I think trust is one of the most important things beyond communication. And I think once you start losing that, that can affect your brand, that can affect your family. And I think that's what even Aubrey and all of us were talking about, with it, whether it be with the label and us, whether it be with Danity, Kane, ourselves. Communication and trust is so important. And if you don't have that, you don't have a common level to stand on. And we were standing on rocky ground to begin with.
The whole time.
Yeah, so.
You can't even tell, though. I mean, you could tell, but not
within each other.
Not, yeah, just
like
anything. This business is extremely hard. And, you know, if you're not, you know, if you, once again, we all were competitors.
Mm-hmm.
People fail to realize we were 5 different personalities trying to get in and make it work. We're real. We've put our whole lives out here, so you know, we're not gonna fake it.
Okay.
We're gonna tell you the real what's going on. It doesn't mean it can't be fixed, though.
Okay, well, that's what it's like on stage. Off stage, Shannon, let me ask you this. Do you feel like the group still needs to be a family even when you guys are off the stage?
I feel like we are a family, and that's why we have moments where we don't get along. I have times with my husband, if you guys saw that, you'd be like, oh, they're not going to last. But I'm married to the man till the day I die. So I'm just, that's the truth of this. That's why I'm so shocked that this has come to what it has come to, because real families do have problems. I'm sure y'all don't get along with your mom, your brother, your sister, your father on 24/7. So that's why I'm really shocked that it came to basically a dismantle situation over beefs, and I'm still very shell shocked by it all.
This is the time to get it off your chest. One thing about you, Shannon, you've always been positive about the group's potential.
sure.
Okay, how do you two feel about the group's potential now, Andrea?
I'm honestly, I have no words. Like, I don't even know where to like look right now, or what to even really think.
What about you, Don?
I think people haven't even seen the potential of what this group can be, and I think we're strong women.
You're strong.
So I'm not scared.
Okay.
I know we'll get it together, and I know we will not just disappoint the fans, because at the end of the day, when no one was there, they were.
They were there. Andrea looked like she's gonna cry. Okay, and everybody, she always looks like that. What is your take on what happened?
You know, I want to be completely real with all of you right now. I had like this nice little thing to say to all of y'all to make you see what I really am, what my character is, what I've, you know, how much I've defended Danity Kane, how much I love this group, how much I've had this entire situation's back from the beginning. And then I, you know, heard what Puff said, and it brought me back to the haters and the blog sites and all the people that constantly want to call me a hoe and say that I don't represent women, and say that, you know, because I'm real and because I say what I feel, that you know, I'm disrespecting people as a woman. And I just want to really tell y'all the truth. I walked out of this building. I was not going to come up here on this stage at just 5 minutes ago, because I'm so sick of having to defend myself as a woman, because I really, really believe in myself, and I really, really want people to get it so bad. But there comes a point where you just get so sick of doing it. But I want to tell you, I stopped myself and I thought of all the people, because this isn't about me, this isn't about Danity Kane, this isn't about Puff, this isn't about any of the people you saw on stage tonight all gassed up and whatever. This is about life. We're all living it. We're all trying our best every day. And I know how many people are out there, and people are criticizing you, your job, your friends are calling you things, people are telling you you're something you're not, and you fight those struggles every day to just prove who you are. And at the end of the day, I turned around and came out here because that is what I represent, and I would rather be hated every damn day of my life for being real than loved for being something I'm not.
You know what? Give her a round of applause. I can appreciate that. But, you know, it is real life. And on the other side of it, at some point, too, we got to take accountability for our actions.
Totally.
Okay, is there anything that happened that you regret, or do you regret the way it ended?
Well, I don't have regrets in life, because I think even the things that I've done that I'm not so proud of have taught me how to be better in life. So, no, I absolutely have no regrets. I don't think any of the ladies sitting on this stage tonight have regrets. You know, we've fought. Okay, we haven't gotten along. Okay, we haven't trusted each other, and we've had moments where we weren't so honest or real or like the best of family to each other. Okay. But there is something that's going on with us 5 women that y'all will never know. And it's not in a disrespectful way, but it is family. And we have struggles that y'all will never know, that y'all will never see. And we have gotten through them together. Every time we have gotten through, we found the strength.
Aubrey, I don't mean to cut you off.
Sorry.
Okay, when we come back, we'll find out. We'll find out those things they don't know. Okay, we're gonna come back and hear.
There was Danity Kane.
Which is incredible.
Wasn't Danity Kane.
Yeah.
What? And I actually went back and I watched that meeting. And as Diddy was like firing people, it cut to you, and your face was like, what is happening? Like, what's going on?
I'm so confused.
It's like
So scared. I didn't know what's going on.
You're like, what?
I was so confused.
Like, does this just happen? Like,
I was so confused.
What was that moment like?
It
for
was
you?
what I look like. What in the hell is going on? Because everything was happening so fast, and why I was so confused is people don't know. We were in a white van, because they transport us through the Scooby-Doo van every time we go to things. And we were all in a car like, bet, we gonna lie to Puff, and we gonna tell him that everything is cool, we're not fighting, we gonna just get this 3rd album in, and everybody was like, agreed. We was like, we're not gonna fuss, because they had been hearing is what we had been fighting about, people not showing up to shows. Right. That was what they knew. Right. So I was like, bet, we just gonna lie. We were all like, bet, we just gonna be like, yay, and get this 3rd album, and then we just go our separate ways. Right. So when we got upstairs and bitches just started going for broke, I was like, this, I was so confused, because we had said it, but I think what happened was the girls got put in situations where they got emotional. Yeah. We all did. It wasn't just the girls, it was all of us. And we just was trying to save ourselves. Like, it was like a sinking ship. Like, and it probably just went off. He just went off, and I just was like, I didn't expect that to be the ending, because we had planned in the car for something very different. Yeah. So I was very surprised.
Why do you think Diddy decided, and I know you can't speak for him.
I can't ever.
But like,
yeah.
What made you, Why do you think Diddy decided to disband? Like,
I don't know. I think it was ego. You can't one up someone who owns the company.
Right.
And I think that was one thing. And I don't know. I can't speak for it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There could be things that were going on behind the scenes that I didn't know about.
Right.
You know, I was very boss employee with Puff. So I never, you know what I mean? I don't know why he would do that. But I do understand that if someone owns something, you cannot belittle them and you cannot speak to them as if they aren't shit because we have cameras on and it's their money.
Right.
I feel like ego got involved and he was like, oh hell no, I run this.
Right.
fire.
Yeah.
Like he just, I don't even think he planned to do that. I think he was just like, all right, bitch, bam, 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 shot, guns.
I don't want you in the group.
Yeah, I think he was just like, all right, bet I'm Puff. Clock. I don't know. But I can't speak for anybody. All I know is I was not prepared.
I'm standing next to the ladies of Danity, Kane. I'm so excited. So you guys have a special announcement for us tonight, right?
Yeah.
We do. Ready,
Ready.
We're back. We love you on TV. So you're back together. New music soon?
Yeah, we do. We have a new song by the Stereotypes that we love called Rage.
The Rage. When are we going to hear it?
We're going to hear it
Very
soon. Very
soon. I know D Woods isn't with us, but will Diddy be involved in this?
You know, Diddy always finds his way back, but we're on our own terms this time. Yeah.
Well, we are so excited to have you ladies
you
back.
birthed us here. Our first time here.
First time born on MTV and reunited on MTV.
So new music as well. What can you tell us there?
An album's worth of new music, and we're working with the amazing Stereotypes, and as you know, they've done Damaged. So we're excited to do this new record. We have a new record called Rage. And I think it's a better sound for us. I know you guys will appreciate it at Billboard. It's a live sound, and I think you've never heard Danity Kane live with live guitar, live drum, more of a rock vibe, and I think that's going to be impressive for us. And I think people are going to see a whole new side of us. Yeah.
What happened to Day 26? I thought y'all were back.
What the hell is Day 26?
Day
26 is a whole other group.
Oh my God.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Back when I was in Day 26, let me tell you.
She was
we're back when she was a black man in Day 26.
I thought y'all was back together at one time.
I think these are the two dumb blondes, really.
Yeah, proven stereotypes right
Yeah,
you
guys are killing yourselves off. We were last year. We made a little. We took a stab at it, and it didn't work out.
You and Dawn got into a fight. Dawn said she hit you.
She did.
She did.
She did hit you?
Yes. She did.
Was it a punch, open hand slap?
She sucker punched me in the back of my head.
And what did you do back?
She left the room.
I ran out.
She ran out.
Like the white girl that I am, and I immediately got on my cell phone and I called the police.
I told her, I was like, I don't think I would have ran out.
I'm from Palm Springs, okay? It was drop, stop, grab your cell phone and call the police.
What did you tell the police, though? How'd you describe
Call the police.
I said her name is Dawn Richard. She likes to say it's Richard, but it's Richard, R-I-C-H-A-R.
Oh my God.
Ask if she was black or white?
No.
Oh, they didn't?
No, I mean, this is the thing. I never, let's clear up some of those misconceptions.
Okay.
Let's do that
Yeah.
because I know y'all got one earful of a story.
From Dawn.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I mean, can I just speak first because I don't ever talk, and I have to say.
Let Shannon have the mic.
Shannon.
Better yet, I talk, but people don't listen. Now you're gonna listen. No, but for real, like, there's a lot of misconception.
So Aubrey, listen,
hey, shut up. I think you're gonna have to turn your microphone up. How do you spell E-Y-E-S? And what does that say?
Go, girl.
Okay, go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, no, but for real, like, a lot of misconception about that day went down, and I just want to clear the air that there was no fallout, brawl, like heightened like situation. There was only one person who was acting erratic and cussing and sucker punched one other member, and that was it. That's how it went down.
When she got sucker punched?
Because she ran out the room and called the cops.
I mean, you have to understand, we've been in business almost for about 12 years as a brand, and even through us splitting the first time, which was Diddy's call, we still maintain relevancy individually in the marketplace, and we've all been up here on our own with y'all,
Except Shannon.
Not Shannon.
Except Shannon.
Shannon
did do a project, but it was country, so she probably wasn't going to be rolling through here.
Big Bobby Bones, probably.
Yeah. But when we came back together, we had hoped that a lot of the things from the past had changed, and they hadn't. And we were dealing with a situation where, if anything, bad habits were now ingrained into everyone. Everybody is at fault in some way or another. Nothing is ever one person's issue.
So what did you say to make us up?
Yeah, you did something, Aubrey.
Really, why we were in there was because there was another situation, another case of manipulation and lying and pushing the solo project over the group. We found out about it, and we were shooting a video the next day, and the information that we had was directly going to conflict with what was happening. So we were all asked to come to the studio and discuss it. We walked into the studio. We started having a discussion about it. She started getting crazy. She was sitting behind me, and I was just looking forward, discussing what was happening. Like, look, at this point, this is unhealthy. We're not on the same page. We need somebody to lead us. Like, this is the situation. These are the facts. We're not gonna be able to shoot a video because of what homegirl has done. So can y'all fix this or figure it out? Because Shannon and I don't deserve to once again have to pick up the pieces of somebody's,
F up.
Somebody's F up.
So who was going solo?
And then she
had a solo album.
You did, Dawn.
Dawn was, Dawn's always on her.
She
own
said you
grind.
guys were scheduling all kinds of studio
time without
sessions
her,
behind
yeah.
her back and not telling her about it. And
Listen, y'all want to know, like, straight up. I can fly it back 6 years ago to the first time that I really learned what it was. We were in the studio with Diddy. He came out and was like, everybody get on your laptops right now and tell the world to buy your new album. Okay. So all of a sudden I get a text message from the girl who was a fan that ran my fan page, which was the probably biggest site for all the Danity Kane users, because I was in the first round of making the band. So I go downstairs. She asked me to meet up with her. I go downstairs. I meet up with her, and she's like, well, you know how there's this name Expithian, I think it was 14 or something like that, that's been on the blogs for the past year and a half, that said that you started the rumor that I slept with Diddy and leaked it to Sandra Rose or whatever it was. Started circulating cellulite on specifically D Woods, and I called D Woods on the forums a fat N-word.
D Woods don't got a lot of cellulite.
She doesn't have any cellulite. Girl is fit as hell.
Said you called her fat.
Said this person called D Woods that name.
Fat
and
Fat.
That'd be a hot
you
little
guys,
group too.
I-
Dumb blondes and fat.
can you let her finish the story, please?
I'm sorry, again, sorry.
So, anyways, those are just like a few of the highlight specials of the nastiness that had been brewed up for a year and a half. And I was always telling this fan, kick them off the site, get rid of them, get rid of them. So all she can do is read the inside computer information, like all the IP addresses, etc., as a moderator. So, anyways, I go down there to some fan that I barely have met a couple times that was running the site. And she said to me, what's the computer that you just posted to everyone to buy your guys' new album? And I said, well, Diddy came in and he told us to get on the computer now. I don't have my laptop, so I went on Dawn's. Why?
What was the IP address?
And she said, that's the IP address of Expithian.
Ooh.
Round of applause.
So
Dawn.
she was using a
Well
code
played.
name to write nasty things?
So then I
Damn it, man.
So then I was like, this could be some hearsay. I don't know. I needed facts. So I ran upstairs while everybody was on a damn lunch break, typed in EXP, and Expithian 14 popped right up in her user box.
Wow.
So this is the thing, though.
Whoa.
Had I told anyone at that time, our group would have been over, because D Woods would have never played after that. She would have come at her real quick, especially after the type of vulgar disrespect that was being spoken about. Specifically, usually it was D Woods and I. So at that point, I didn't say anything because I wanted our group to work. And sometimes you have to put business in front of your feelings. After about 6 months, I think, again, the details of time are, I don't know how much time passed, but D Woods was on a phone call with Dawn. She was trying to manipulate her in some way. And I always stayed out of it because they always had beef, and I stayed out of it. Dawn always had beef with D Woods. D Woods did not care. D Woods was fine doing her always.
Did you ever sit back and say, these two catty black girls?
No.
Shut up.
No, because we were all catty in different
trying.
ways.
Right.
It wasn't a race thing. But anyway, long story short, D Woods got off the phone and Dawn didn't hang up her phone properly. And she was, again, cursing out D Woods, making slurs, doing all kinds of crazy shit. And D Woods saw it for herself. And then that's when I sat down with D and was like, yo, this is the truth that I've known for a while. This is what we're dealing with. And then literally the next time they were in the same room together, they almost fought.
Really?
D Woods went off. Now, and I knew that would happen, which is why I didn't tell everyone what had happened earlier. Dawn left when D Woods confronted her, took off for 2 days, and then came back and said she didn't know what was happening, so she just left and went to figure it out. And then when she came back, she told us that it was her boyfriend that had done it the whole time.
Oh,
Which one, Quincy?
Q?
First of all,
No, it was another guy.
They had been broke up, okay?
Oh, I don't. So listen, If you
Crazy,
knew all,
right?
If you knew all this about Don, why when y'all came back together as a group, why bring her in the group and not
Because
D Woods?
no, it wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't even money because we never make any. I mean, everybody else
make no money.
The first time,
were
listen, the
signed
first
to
round,
Diddy.
we had.
You let Shannon, you talk. Go.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, we have 2 platinum albums, let alone grossed over $1 million on Christina Aguilera's Back to Basics tour's opening for her, and we came off that tour $15,000 in debt. And grossed
that's
millions.
That's the sad thing, like that people don't know
Diddy?
about this business.
Round of applause to you, Diddy.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Diddy.
I mean, really.
Diddy is like Mayweather in the iPhone. You know what you're gonna get, but we still keep signing up.
But
and
now
buying
you
it.
guys are independent though, right?
And that's one of the reasons why we are, because you have to get your business straight. Because
We went to a major. We went through Caroline Universal to distribute the project because we did want a major to distribute it, but all of the creation and every piece of this product up until the point of delivery is us.
And not bad because you guys were top 10 in iTunes and everything.
We went number 1.
Number
The
1.
top 10 on the overall charts,
And
but
dance.
number 1 on the dance
How did y'all get
charts.
together?
And we haven't even released the album yet. That's on pre-order.
Wasn't it 5 of y'all, right? It was 4. It was 5.
There was 5, and then Dee
five.
didn't come back.
Dee didn't come back.
Yeah, she
Don's not here. What's the other girl? She's married or something, right?
Andrea,
Andrea.
she's married.
That's the chubby cheeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why, like I said, you didn't ask the question, but why didn't y'all let D Woods come in the group the last time? Especially knowing that Don was doing all the foul stuff.
I actually just met up with Dee to discuss all of this. Dee didn't want to come back. She didn't want to come back. She knew what time it was across the board, and she never got along with Don, nor I don't believe ever thought she could trust her again.
I can't blame her though. I mean, if somebody
Honestly,
did that about
she
me,
was
it'd be
right.
hard to work with them.
She was right.
But how did y'all get together as a group? What made y'all want to do a group?
So after the whole like incident, we laid in bed and we were like, let's give it a week.
Laid in bed.
She lives with her husband in bed.
y'all
So when
all in
she we literally were in
We
like
literally were
when she
yes.
comes out and works, she was living with me.
Okay.
And then Dawn didn't have a car, so I was always driving Dawn to and from the studio, and then Shannon was always living with me. So it was literally like
Sacrifice.
Did you and Shannon ever have sex?
No.
Why do you
Y'all
ask me
ever scissor?
ask me that question?
No, we
Shannon?
cuddled, we spooned.
Have you and Aubrey ever scissored?
No.
I don't even think she knows what that is.
I can only assume coming from you what that might mean. So I'm just gonna say no.
It's like EYES kind of.
Thank you.
So mad at
So go ahead, y'all were cuddling in bed.
We were in bed, and we wanted to give it a little bit of time to see if Dawn would come back and apologize and like let it move and
Is that
allow
after she
this.
snuffed you?
Well, TMZ calls me the next day and said, we're releasing, we've been contacted by Dawn's rep and we're releasing this story. Do you have a comment on it, or we're running it as is? And the story was like incredibly inaccurate and like spun in a negative way towards Shannon and I. And so basically I just had my mom, who's an attorney, call them and say, you're not running, a fake story.
You are
that-
no joke calling the police. You got your mom calling TMZ.
I know,
You
I'm
can't
such a
nothing
white girl, dude.
There's
Straight to
nothing
the
wrong with that.
police,
And
straight
you know how I
to
knew
my lawyer.
You
You're
really
not-
are a
you're
white
about-
girl
look,
because
you're not a white
That's
girl.
how
You're
I
about
was
your
raised.
business.
I'm about my
She's
business.
about her
And the
business.
thing is,
She's
I didn't
about her
I didn't press charges. I could have pressed charges on her ass and created a lot more problems for her. I didn't press charges because at
Did
the end
you
of
say
the
black ass? Did she
her
just say
ass.
No, she said her ass. Shut up.
You sure she said black ass?
You are
Do
so
not put words in
stupid.
her mouth.
But all I wanted to do was document what had happened, because like you've heard from the original story that went down 6 years ago, that's what I was dealing with. And when that is what you're dealing with, and it's only gotten worse since then. I mean, there are many stories since then. That was the 6 years ago story. So it's like,
What's the latest one?
I mean, we don't have time. And honestly, we should spend time talking about something else, because Danity Kane is so dead, done, and over.
is
It's
dead.
like, let's move on. But it's just like, after all of that, I needed to at least, if she were to spin it or try to do anything, I wanted to have like documented proof that the situation occurred the way it did.
Shannon, don't you have better things to do than hang around all these crazy ass girls all the time?
You
Shannon,
know,
it's
I tell
something-
myself
Shannon gets
that
crazy too. I
every
see you fight
day.
too.
I have
No, she
idea.
does.
Who did Shannon fight?
Who does she fight?
She was right there fighting with you.
We're completely recreating and rebranding. So her and I are moving forward in the way that we always wanted to move artistically.
And it's been a really difficult thing for you guys because we've seen all of it go, the lawsuits and all the craziness in the media. Where do you stand with like the other three members? Is there like love? Is there love lost? Like,
I feel the same way about any difficult time in my past, or difficult situations, or difficult people. You have to forgive yourself, you have to forgive them, and you have to just wish the best life possible for everyone around you, or you spend your life angry and miserable. It's such a waste of time. So
you can't let him get away with hitting you. That was bad.
I think when you hit somebody, you never get away with it in your own heart and mind. That's something she has to live with, not me.
Now 3 of them are back together. Danity Kane as DK3. Here comes Aubrey O'Day, the Morning News perennial and favorite. Don Richard and Shannon Bex. Nice to see all of you. Welcome back.
Thank you, Sam.
And so this, first of all, maybe it is analogous to a relationship, like a dating or marriage relationship.
Yeah.
Did you guys feel estranged and broken up from one another?
More significant even. I've been in a relationship with them longer than any man that I've loved in life. I've known them since I was 17.
And then did you feel apart from them?
Yeah, it's the sisters I never had. It's also people that I respect and grew up in the industry with. They knew me before it all and after. We all did.
Yeah, we went through a lot together that even our own families can't even comprehend. So we share something that can't be explained.
And so this idea of coming back together, you said there was a conversation between the two of you that lasted 8 hours.
8 hours.
What happened?
It was a lecture, a healing, a therapy session. It was 2 women coming together, and I think 2 sisters talking about everything, why we didn't work, why we couldn't work, and why we should continue to work together. And we found that a lot of it was the outside world trying to tell us that women couldn't be together.
Dee Woods is working on all of her own projects right now, so they're always welcome back. We love them. They'll forever be our sisters. But right now, us 3, Shannon and I moved forward and created our own band, Dumb Blonde. Dawn did her own solo project under her name, Dawn. So we have our own solo shows along with the DK show. So we're kind of all still moving in this direction and put it together in a really creative way.
What is it going to be like, and you may well have had this experience, when the 3 of you hit the stage again?
It's magic because it always, at our core, was the chemistry, and people who know us and have grown with us, like we told you, like we were formed together. So to be able to establish the kind of chemistry that we had, we weren't sisters, we didn't know each other. The kind of chemistry that we created was so beautiful and so authentic because it wasn't forced. We had to make that work, like it wouldn't sell. It wouldn't be the
and
group that it was.
we weren't being paid. I mean,
It was on
don't
it.
get it twisted.
We looked
Diddy
back
doesn't.
and it was what it was.
Diddy didn't never send the check. We never got a big
Yeah, like it was on it.
payment.
Right.
I never
Yeah.
moved, so I don't know. We had to
like
like each other without getting paid. We had to
Right.
like each other genuinely because we believed in creating something that was powerful for women
Yeah.
and for society in general, but specifically because we're a girl group for women. I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Wow. When you look back on that, how does that make you feel?
You know, I have such a love-hate with it all because I don't think I would have been able to be so successful in so many other areas had I not been trained under Diddy. He was the hardest person that you can work for, and it was torture. And not the work part of it, but the other stuff. Mind games, like just all the girls were so divided, and the men and the people running it had their hands in it, moving everything. There was a lot of betrayal. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of, you know, when you're young and impressionable and we understand our beauty as women through the eyes of the people observing us. Well, who's observing us? Men. So we learn our beauty through a man's eye, which is very subjective. So it's difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around. And that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, you're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything, like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good looking person. And there was no Me Too at that time. There was no protecting anyone at that time. You signed a million NDAs and a million contracts that took away all your rights. So you really were operating in an environment that you had no control in.
Show stopping at the letter, the red shiny with the open. Hydraulics make our heads go, hair blowing in the breeze. Yo, we superstar. Put in the keys, make that engine. Two in the back, one in the passenger. Smoke creeping cause we look that fly. All the boys trying to taste our candy ride. We in the car. Chicks fighting this street, the way the tongue sings, we do it daily. That's how we keep it poppin'. Make sure the bass knocking, so when you see us riding, we call it show stoppin'. We show stoppin', we show stoppin', show stoppin', show stoppin'. That's how we keep it poppin'. Make sure the bass knocking, so when you see us riding, we call it show stoppin'. This is for my ladies in the 280s Mercedes, and the HD baby Rangers, Billy Goose, my Escalade, stay on. Oh, break 'em off something proper like a real showstopper. For my chicas with the Beamers, 860s, we send the Chevy Maserati over next to stay on, stay on. Break 'em off something proper like a real showstopper. Showstopper, showstopper, showstopper. That's how we keep it poppin'. Make sure the bass break 'em off so when we pop it like a real showstopper.
Yes, look, tonight has been a night of fabulosity, fetish, fun, and fish, because I mean, yes. But, you know, we don't want to see tonight come to a close yet. Congratulations to all of the winners and all of the nominees who didn't win. Well, welcome to my club, okay? Oh, no. And tonight, to close us out, you know, they got a lot of hits. Don't make me start singing Lemonade, Sucker for Love, Rhythm of Love. But tonight, let me tell you something. If the one before you left you so damaged, then you gonna really put your hands together. Make some noise for Dawn, Aubrey, Shannon, Danity, Kane. Understanding, I might need some time. Please don't hold my heart. I tried every remedy and none seems to work for me. Baby, this situation's driving me crazy, and I really wanna be your lady, but the one before you hurt me so. Damage, damage, damage. I thought that I should let you know. How you gonna fix it? My heart is damaged, damaged, damaged. My heart is damaged, damaged, damaged. My heart is damaged, damaged, damaged. My heart is damaged. Gavian, thank you so much. Damaged.
Tour being called
the universe is undefeated. I feel like the universe kind of had the last laugh with us. No matter how you try to tear yourself away from something, if it's meant to be and there's something there, it kind of forces you to have to deal with it. And I think in a great way, it's kind of put women together that have gone through different things in their lives and said, you know, we don't always have to agree, but there is something here that is of sisterhood, and there's something here that is incomplete that needs to be finished. And I think that's a beautiful thing, that you could see women who come from different places, may not always agree on the same perspectives, but share a lot of years together and can create something really great for people who really want to see that. Yeah.
Me personally, I'm truly fucked up over this. I don't want to be here, and no, just kidding.
I start thinking, I'm like, oh no, people are gonna read into that. Don't say that.
No, we have our family back. You know, I was telling them the other day, I've been in a relationship with them longer than anyone I've loved. Since I was 17, I've known them. We were all around the same ages, close to. So it's been the longest relationship that we've had, that's gone through a lot of ups and downs and taken its cycle in life. But the universe takes away the things that aren't meant to be, and usually we don't understand why till much later. And I believe that it also puts things back that are meant to be, and that's what we have here.
Now to Sean Diddy Combs' investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. 1, 2, 3.
A day earlier, Combs seen out and about in New York with his family, seemingly in good spirits. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges.
As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
Just days before Diddy's arrest, singer Dawn Richard accused Diddy in a federal lawsuit of sexual battery, sexual harassment, and false imprisonment, among other allegations. The singer called his behavior monstrous. Joining us now to discuss the details of Richard's lawsuit against Diddy is her attorney, Eric Fudali. Eric, great to have you on this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. To date, many lawsuits against Combs have described sexual abuse, as you know. I want to focus, though, on the brutality first. Without disclosing any sensitive information to the case or to your client, what was your client's experience?
Well, I think what's interesting about my client's experience and what has been very validating is sort of the similarities between our civil complaint that we filed and the allegations in the indictment filed by the Department of Justice. The sex trafficking claims, the forced labor claims, those sorts of things were very strikingly similar to our civil complaint. And seeing that has been very encouraging and validating for our client.
You know, some of the lines that stick out are the threats in this suit, including, quote, "You want to die today." Quote, "I end people." Combs called these threats essentially a lover's spat. How does your client see these statements?
Well, certainly not the same way as Mr. Combs has characterized them. And it was interesting during the arraignment, his defense attorney, since the arraignment, has been sort of making this argument, this defense that this is a lover's spat. But we've all seen the video of what took place in that hotel lobby or in that hotel hallway, and that sort of I think, is the best version and the more clear version of what we're talking about here.
You know, the lawsuit also says that Richard is owed for performances totaling millions of dollars. Has there been any response from Diddy to those claims specifically?
No, there has not been any response as of date to our civil complaint. I assume in time there will be some sort of response from the multiple defendants in the lawsuit, but at this point we have not received any response.
And does your client have a reaction now to Mr. Combs' arrest and the charges that have been waged against him in the days since?
Well, it was very difficult for my client, of course, to file this lawsuit. As you know, she filed using her own name, Dawn Richard, as opposed to a Jane Doe, which she would have had the right to in the Southern District of New York. So it was very brave of her and very difficult.
Richard also claims she witnessed him abusing his former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, better known as Cassie, on numerous occasions. Attorney Lisa Bloom is representing Richard.
Dawn had the choice to file the case as a Jane Doe, and she chose not to do that. After giving it a fair amount of thought, she wants accountability, she wants justice.
With this newest lawsuit, this would probably only expedite or increase the amount of allegations and potential witnesses who could testify against Sean Combs.
Dawn Richard was previously a contestant on season 3 of Diddy's hit MTV show Making the Band. According to court documents, during her time on the show, she witnessed different instances of verbal abuse by the hitmaker. She claims Diddy referred to the contestants as fat, ugly, hoes, and used other harsh language. And once she was selected to be a part of the band that would eventually become Danity Kane, she alleges Diddy's contempt for women was rapidly apparent. She says the 5-member all-girl group was regularly subjected to Diddy's harsh language, and he made several comments about their physical appearance. She names one example as Diddy referred to Richard as too skinny, and she needed to do something about this, referring to her face. During her time in his orbit, she claims to have witnessed Diddy's alleged true colors firsthand. According to the suit, around 2005, Richard claims she saw Diddy abuse his former partner and the mother of his 3 children, Kim Porter. She says she witnessed Porter in tears leaving a music studio with bruises all over her face. She says in one instance, while at his Miami home, Diddy emailed Richard directing her to meet him in the living room. She said when she arrived, he was only wearing his underwear, and when she asked him to put clothes on, the mogul refused and said, "This is my effing house." Richard claims the meeting lasted around an hour, all while Diddy was in his underwear, leaving her feeling violated and embarrassed. By 2009, Danity Kane broke up, but Richard continued to work with Diddy, later forming a new group called Diddy Dirty Money. According to the suit, she was initially introduced to Cassie around 2006, when she was first signed to Diddy's label. She claims even then Diddy appeared to be fixated on Cassie, but in a predatory way. Years later, she claims to have witnessed more of the dark and true colors behind the mask.
We want to warn you that this video you're about to see is extremely graphic. The surveillance footage that was captured inside of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016 allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. A now settled lawsuit filed by Ventura claimed that she was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken Combs punched her. The video appears to show Combs chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground, and then repeatedly kicking her.
During the time Cassie was making eggs for him, Richard claims she saw Diddy high on drugs go into the kitchen and approach Cassie and scream, "I've been asking you for I can't stand you. You never do it right." She says Diddy pushed Cassie against the wall and choked her, then picked up the scalding hot pan of eggs and threw it at her, causing her to fall to the ground in a fetal position. While cursing and screaming, Diddy then allegedly dragged Cassie up the stairs. Richard says she was frozen in shock and terror, hearing glass shattering, crashing, and banging noises when Diddy dragged Cassie up the stairs. While she wanted to interfere, she was let out of the home. The following day, Richard says she received a call demanding she return to Diddy's home to continue recording. But when Diddy brought her and her bandmate into the recording room, he locked the door, dimmed the lights, and gave each of them flowers. According to the suit, Diddy went on at length saying, quote, loud. This is normal. This is just a lover's argument where no one was hurt. This is what love is. I'm giving you an opportunity. If you want to make it, you'll shut your mouth. If you say anything, there will be consequences. He also threatened her with a warning saying people end up missing.
Difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around, and that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, you're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything, like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good looking person. And there was no Me Too at that time. There was no protecting anyone at that time. You signed a million NDAs and a million contracts that took away all your rights.
Should I ask you the golden question?
What's the golden question?
Oh, nothing. You keep mentioning Diddy. I wanted to ask you about I just saw the whole thing with Bad Boy. He gave the rights back to a lot of Bad Boy artists. Any comment?
Yeah, I'll talk about this.
The floor is yours.
So this one has been bittersweet for me because as I've gotten older, I've let go of a lot of the trauma, and I've learned to really appreciate some of the more personal, beautiful moments I've had with him. And he is the first person that gave me a platform to show my talent to the world. And that was at 17. I'm 39 now. So I have a hard time talking about him. Before it was no good. Now I feel loving moments for moments that we had together. But this banner that he's painted himself with all weekend long, this has been the Labor Day talk in my world, that he's paying back all of the Bad Boy artists. I just want to throw you the facts, okay?
Sure.
The deal that we were offered, and when I say we, not every artist got it. Like Day 26 did not get it. But this is what it is. You can have your rights back to your music after Puff went under and somebody else bought our catalog. So this is long after we have 2 double platinum albums, $14, $15 an album from 2 million albums is, what is the math on that? 48 million?
Yeah, something like that. I'm no mathematician, but maybe.
So $48 million somebody made on me.
Yeah.
I did not make anything. When I said I did Christina Aguilera for free, I didn't do Christina Aguilera for free, but the record label recouped it all. We were in debt at the end of that tour.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So I worked for free for the first 6-7 years of my career, basically, and also MTV was not paying us. And this is another part that I have that I feel some kind of way about, because MTV since then, in these recent years, has brought back every big cult show, meaning it had millions of followers, and it was at least 6 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Making the Band is one of those. They brought back Real World, they brought back Jersey Shore, they brought back Laguna Beach. Making the Band is the only one that they did not bring back. And Making the Band is the only cult MTV show that made that network, one of them, that they have never played in one rerun. Not one rerun. So I'd like to know why. And if it has something to do with Diddy, then again, what I'm wondering is when the deal is, when this benevolent man who's just now had a change of heart and has decided to pay us as talent and also as writers, we're credited with publishing. So basically, we only get the amounts due since Sony bought our catalog.
Okay.
So streaming for the past couple years, it's about $800, $900, some in the hundreds, okay? And in order to get that, I have to release him for any claims or wrongdoings or actions prior to the date of the release. I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs' music, or EMI, or Sony ever in public.
So that you just got recently for this thing?
I got it a few months ago when he started doing
what's
this.
In the news now?
So what's happening is artists, some of them, not all of them, are being given streaming royalties and ownership back over our publishing on songs that we wrote at a time when you know that you have to stream a song 1 million times to make a cent.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hundreds of dollars. And me, as somebody that's a girl's girl, I hit everyone in my group and said, absolutely do not take this deal. I can get us a show on Hulu right now and talking about boy bands and girl bands, because you have to realize there's a handful, 2 handfuls at most, of boy and girl bands that had platinum albums, 2 platinum albums. Yeah. And that will never happen again. Music nowadays is run by TikTok, and you can maybe get a song to chart well. Albums aren't being made anymore. There aren't conceptual albums like Christina was doing, like Justin was doing. Those don't sell. It's a singles market game, and it's a gimmick game at best.
If you were to sign that NDA, would then that prohibit you from taking a deal where it's like you get a show about the
I would never
past?
be able to do. I would like to do a documentary for Hulu or Netflix or Amazon, a streaming site on boy band and girl bands. I have a bunch of members from a lot of very boy bands that fit the criteria of a certain amount of status.
Yeah.
Platinum albums, awards, etc., Grammys. Same with girls. The stories that we have to tell during a time in music where there were gatekeepers, there were people that owned labels like Puff running things, and the way that the divisions and the divisiveness occurred, and the things that we experienced between each other and us against the system are fucking insane. And most people that have had to go through those types of things, like the real ways the Kardashians got to where they got, Ray J tried exposing a lot of that, they're still acting like that Ray J didn't expose them and that their Hulu show is all real. They don't have to really even notice Ray J because he doesn't come close to them. But what Ray J said was the truth, and he proved it with facts. So at the end of the day, we're all just willing to turn a blind eye. Diddy is just literally known as the guy that doesn't pay his artists. And it's funny, and then you move on and you like something that he did on TikTok because he's funny. But for people that worked for 6 years of their life and entered an industry where somebody made, what, $48 million?
Nearly $50 million.
And we didn't even see a penny of that. And we were in thongs and 5-inch heels for years of our lives on stage. And not any of it did we see. And the measly amount of change that MTV paid us, we don't even get to feel any benefit of that because they never brought the show back. And they don't play it in reruns. So we can't even get the hype of, oh, hey, I remember this. They're cult classics. Let me hire her for something. Yeah. Like all of them got, right? Mm-hmm. Jersey Shore kids are making millions of dollars. We were talented kids plucked out of oblivion, and we all had a fucking dream to be at Madison Square Garden and perform, which we got to. And we were not expected to get there. And we're all incredibly talented, every single one of us. So to me, when I read this, I'm basically feeling like, you're presenting yourself as the benevolent God that's giving everybody back their music. You've turned down millions of dollars to give the millions back to the people. This is the honest to God. You can read from our attorney.
Yeah.
This is the honest to God agreement of what I'm being offered. A few $100s to sign away my rights to ever tell the story of what I went through again. And there's not going to be an era of girl and guy groups like that ever again with the way that music has transitioned, and I don't know if it will go back ever again to anything that's credible.
Yeah, I don't really see it.
And there's a story there, and Hulu tells those stories, and streaming, Netflix tells those stories, and there's so many paychecks. I offered girls, I called all of them. I offered some of the girls, hey, if you need $800-900, I'll give it to you. Don't sign this. This is just a way to get you to never be able to publicly speak about what we have experienced. And to my knowledge, allegedly, there's only 2 of us from Danity Kane that did not sign this deal.
The day we were chosen, I was like, it's bad boy for life, baby.
She says what should have been a dream come true quickly became something else, alleging Diddy created a verbally abusive work environment.
I'm curious why you decided to speak up now.
I would say that this moment now is a time where I feel like my experience, my truth, will really be heard and actually considered and believed.
How was it predatory?
Somebody constantly treating you like a piece of meat, only valuing you for your sex appeal. And in some of the environments, you know, it was even scary to be by yourself.
Was there anyone you could have talked to about it?
Absolutely not. Each other.
There was no one to tell.
Because what were they gonna do? So it's like, how do we survive this?
But yes, you know, I have a girlfriend that I'm right now taking inventory of my experience. I'm being forced to in so many ways. And I'm making sure that I not only have the receipts, but I have the understanding mentally of where I was at, which takes asking the people that were around me at the time what were my responses to things. And I'm finding out so many times, even very early on, where Diddy was making comments like, oh, now you're f***able, like you look right, I could fuck you now. And things like that. I don't even remember.
Really?
And I asked my girlfriend when she recalled that, my girlfriend who is a therapist for UCLA and has nothing to do with the entertainment industry and wants no part in it. She said she remembers when he said that to me. And then I said, what did I do? And she said, you kind of looked at me and said, he finally thinks I'm pretty. That was what I thought in that moment. Now, I don't recall that, but she recalled it very clearly. And I think that it's just so telling for what a woman goes through in a systemic problem. Specifically right now we're discussing urban music, but it's happening across the board in music. But it's a systemic problem that, like, you know, you meet the person that can make your dreams come true. It's very much, it's grooming. It's very much like what the military does. They break you down to make you what they need you to be. An abuser will never abuse you on day one. They push you a little bit. They talk to you a little rougher. Then they grab your arm a couple times. They get a little more forceful. They nudge you. They poke at you. And then they get into your head that you're problematic. You're a problem. And you need somebody that's real, that will tell you like it is and get you in line. And when you find that person, that's when you'll know you're really cared about and really loved. And when you are so young and you have a child, when you are so young, you see how quickly kids pick things up and how quickly you start to understand the world. When you are at a young age and you're being groomed, and like I said, America grooms us. So there's all kinds of issues that were, you know, instilled in all of us that we are not even aware of until you leave. But specifically in this setting, an abuser grooms you in that manner so that when they finally do violate you in a serious way, all of that to me is serious though, frankly. When grooming is serious, but when they violate you in a assault way, it's people like, I was told that you kind of took pause on Cassie's story because it's 11 years that she dealt with something that sounds so traumatic, I guess kind of were the words I was kind of told that your perspective was. Is that accurate?
I think at least in the beginning, I was pretty skeptical of just what we could really, you know, be sure of in regards to all this. I think like having heard so many people's stories, especially, you know, what really made me feel confident in a lot of this stuff is listening to Gene Deal, his bodyguard.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he had a really astonishing quote.
You should hear the one he's not saying. It's even crazier.
Right. So he's got stuff in the tuck that he hasn't put out there?
Everybody does.
Really?
Yeah.
He had a line.
Allegedly.
And we're going super out of order here, but he had a line when he was talking about Danity Kane where he said that, this is the line, it was when a couple of the girls in Danity Kane, I guess, like refused to sign some type of agreement.
We were giving a publishing deal prior to Cassie coming forward, about 6 months, maybe even prior to that.
And Gene said that Diddy's said to him in privacy, and like there was only one other person in the room, I'm a drug they ass out and pimp them out to my N-words.
I think Danity Kane. I think a couple of them didn't sign it. And boy, oh boy, they probably gonna go after him too. Cause I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said in front of a lot of people. We were in the studio. And I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, yo, I'm going to drug their ass off and pick them up and pip them out to my nigga. He said, I'm going to drug them out. I'm going to get them all on drugs. And I'm going to pimp their ass out to my nigga. And I was like, them somebody kids. And walked out. And it's somebody that heard me. It's somebody that heard me. I mean, well, it's not only somebody that heard me, it's somebody that I know who was in the studio at the time that happened, and I still talk to him today. And we were just talking about that the other day.
And Gene apparently was horrified and told, and he's quoting himself, but he said that he said that's somebody's child. And then,
so let me give you clarity on that, because I did want to talk to Gene, because I took issue with that interview because he chuckled in it a bit when he was saying it, and I did not fuck with that at all.
Really?
And then when I got on the phone with him, he is the kindest, sweetest man. He acknowledged that, you know, it was an uncomfortable thing that he was kind of recalling, and it was like a nervous chuckle, and he takes it really seriously, and that, you know, he was sorry if I was offended. So I want to make sure that that's noted, because I don't want to act like I watched that and was like, oh, I'm so happy to have received this information, with a little bit of a chuckle.
I didn't take it as like a chuckle. I took it almost as more like, I felt like he was almost on the verge of like crying.
No, rewatch it.
Really?
There was a chuckle, yeah.
Okay.
It was noticeable enough for me to get 5 million messages about it.
Oh, really? Okay.
But he acknowledged it right away to me, and I really respect him for that, because that was not I did not have that intention on it.
Right.
And also, when I first saw it, because there are so many people coming forward, and there are so many stories, and you're only seeing what you are seeing online, right? That's according to some TikTokers or whoever. There's a whole world happening behind all of that is so beyond your imagination. We could sit here for hours, and that's not even information that I personally would share, because they're not all my stories.
You're talking about private group chats, emails, etc., of people who know about stuff that happened in this bad boy universe that are like privately working on what might be to come out publicly in the future? There
are so many witnesses. There are so many victims. Now, if or if not there were to be any type of investigation occurring, no victim should be or can communicate with other victims. And so victims are likely not communicating with victims. But a lot of people that know things or that are building things or whatever do reach out, do tell you everything. Sometimes they'll just write everything. I mean, I receive information whether I want to or not. But I've erred on the side of stepping away from the movie that's being made. And I don't mean that literally, I mean that metaphorically. The movie of Diddy that's being painted right now. And I come back to myself, what I know to be true, what I know I witnessed, what I have receipts of, and what I believe. And I have pondered it all the way down to, I really adore one of his kids. So to me, I have to ask myself, this is a father. So you really need to be sure when you speak what you're speaking about and how you're speaking about it, because this is a man that's a father, and I think it takes a certain amount of something to be a good one. I'm not saying he is or isn't, but I have enough information at this point that I asked Gene just bluntly, is this a sociopath, or is this somebody that can be redeemed?
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.